Hey everybody, can you hear us?
Well, I can do that, get some feedback. I can listen here to see if you come across.
Testing, can you hear us? Okay. Yep, David sitting here. Testing, can you hear us?
Okay, cool.
6 people tuned in. You want to wait a little bit longer?
Yeah. Might ask if anybody's on 80 meters.
Is anybody on 80 meters? 3.940. Go ahead and give out a call.
QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee. Frequency in use? $3940.5. QRZ 75 meters from November 0, Oscar Yankee, N0OY. QRZ?
Somebody's in there. There's Greg.
Yeah, okay. I got N0LL. Very weak, Larry. Weak but readable there. And didn't catch the other station there, but Happy New Year. And go ahead, Larry. N0LL, N0OY. Yeah, Larry, very good. Well, it made a difference. You come up there, but weak, but very readable, and okay on visiting. You got to run and make some visits there. Anyway, you know, this year is definitely different. We're making, you know, making an attempt to keep the streak alive at 36 consecutive New Year's Day open house on the hill. So glad to hear your voice at least this time. So anyway, take care. Have a good New Year's, and I'm sure we'll talk throughout the year. Over. Oh, okay. All right. So now I understand why you're a little different there. You're mobile there. Very good. Well, drive safe. Have fun. Thanks for dropping in, I guess to say. And we've got the video stream up and running. So Tanner's doing the station control module thingy here, and so I get to play on the radio for a few minutes. See you later, Larry. N0LL, N0OY.
November 0, Zanzibar.
Eureka, Kansas, N0OY, K0FPL.
K0FPL, is that it?
Beta, Kilo Zero, Fox, Charlie, Lima. Foxtrot, Charlie, Lima.
Oh, okay. K0 Foxtrot Charlie Lima, got it there. Yeah, well, and you said you were in Eureka?
Yes, that's correct. Eureka, Kansas. And I got you guys up there on my YouTube right now streaming.
Yeah, let me get, I got my logging program set here, and I'm going to type, so I'm going to be a little slow coming back, but...
Ask him if he can hear himself on YouTube.
Yeah, can you hear yourself on the video stream?
Oh, give me a minute. I got my sound card on FT8. I got to get off the Kodak there and get it on. on
Don't worry about it.
radio here. Yeah, I can hear myself in the background there with a computer.
Yeah, no worries, Conrad. Very good. Yeah, we're just getting started here, and like I was telling Larry, trying to keep the streak alive. So anyway, what are you running for an antenna and power?
I'm running barefooted at the moment, and got an Alpha Delta DXDD Delta Delta, which is the 40 and 80 meter wire. It's pretty much covering us right now, just like everything else. And it's up at 40 foot at the apex, and each wave's 20 foot off the ground. It's orientated north and south. And the radio, the IC 7300 with the microphone at the ILCR 40 over.
Okay, yeah, that 7300, I think every one of them sounds good. I'm using an old ICOM 756 Pro 2. Been kind of the go-to radio, and I got a 7300 setting over here that I haven't turned on, but for use as an IF in my EME stuff there. So okay on the ice. We lucked out, didn't get any moisture, any precipitation here in central Kansas. So hopefully no wind will come with that.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of wind here. I can't really tell you how much my little wind gig when the weather station's closed, and the wind indicator as well. But anyway, BRC, you got the little the chat thing going there off to the side of your picture there. You got my call typed in there a little bit wrong. It's K0 Fox Charlie going up, and you got Dolphin on there, so you might look at that. But anyway, not to worry. Was pretty impressed that you're in on this morning when I looked up on the little messenger on Facebook, and I got most of your bio, and it's pretty impressive stuff you got out there.
Well, thanks. Or I tell people, I just got a little carried away over the years, and this is what ended up. So, but we try to use it as much as we can for experimenting. You know, getting on the air. This 80 meter, the 75 meter jaunt this morning is pretty rare for me to get on the low bands, but anyway, we like to keep everything working, and primarily do a lot of experimenting and building and trying different things. So the Hill lends itself pretty well for that. Well, very good, Conrad. I got you in the log here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but anyway, I'm logging on a laptop that we normally use when we go portable. So got you in the log, and we're keeping this New Year's Day open house streak alive. We started this in 1986, but with the pandemic and the abundance of prudence here, we decided to not have an in-person get-together this year. So anyway, thanks for checking in. K0F Charlie, or Foxtrot Charlie Lima, N0OY. And negative.
What's in your hair, Pete? Show your K0 pic.
What's in my hair? My brain. Oh yeah, it's bad lighting in the studio here. Blame Tanner. So anyway, 73's Conrad, and I'm going to pick up these other guys. Bye bye.
Okay, Pete.
That's
Very good there.
That's his uncle.
Yeah.
Stay warm up there. K0FPL, Conrad and Eureka. We'll be clear.
73's Conrad. Yeah, and I think it's Glenn. N0ZHE was in there, and then I heard Greg in there too. I'll pick up his comments on my appearance in a little bit.
Derek.
N0ZHE, N0 Zulu Hotel Echo, N0Y. You still here, Glenn?
Greg. I think it's Greg.
Oh, this guy
Yeah,
here?
it's Gregory.
Oh,
Down
okay.
in forget where he's at. He's down.
I gotta find out real quick, man. Gregory. No, I got the name wrong. N0ZHE, Greg from N0OY. You still here?
Okay. I think
WQ0P?
Yeah, WQ0P was talking to you as well.
Yeah. WQ0P, good morning, N0OY.
N0OY, hello Pete, Happy New Year from St. Mary's. Oh, your signal's great here, 40 over 9. No preamps. I don't use preamps down here. Very, very good signal. I'm sure I'll listen to here and eventually you'll comment on what your station is. Running an older rig, N0OY TS940S. And I got a last one antenna. This one's actually pretty close to the ground, so it should work well.
Did you get that one?
What? Oh no, I missed that one. Do it again.
Terminated folded dipole, terminated to a 450 ohm resistor. The apex is at about 28 foot, and one side of the antenna comes down is probably 3-4 foot off the ground. The other side kind of drooping a little this morning, maybe 9-10 foot off the ground. So for FBIS, it should be appropriate for the day.
Yeah, doing a good job. Yeah, no worries at this end here. Real quick, did you get ice down there?
No ice. In fact, we got a call from church about 9 o'clock this morning, and as we were pulling into the driveway, we saw the first flakes of snow, and it has not stopped since. So everything, we actually thought we were going to miss it completely. There's no ice on the ground, and there's only on the north side of the house. I guess the people in Kansas City and east of us have had snow going since yesterday. We have a nice show going. I'm kind of hoping we get some white ground cover. Actually, this evening, Amberless beer season will resume today. So maybe we'll be out this evening in one of our blinds and try to put some more meat in the freezer.
Ah, very good. Well, I got the put my headset back on if you're watching the video stream here, and playing around with this mask. I'm going to pretend this mask is kind of like a compressor. So compressor is on right now, and then now the compressor is off when I take the mask off. So anyway, a throwback to my low band days, I guess. Well, very good. Dipole's working, and ours is holding up also. Running an old Pro 2, and just kind of watching my meters here, and got an old Alpha sitting over here doing some light duty. So kind of just in case we get ice, it'll keep it off the wires, keep it melded there. Very good. Are you going to be on the January VHF contest?
It's hard to tell right now. I looked out the other day, and the one tower that's got the 6-meter antenna and the 220 antenna. The 220, I'm assuming, was the one that was off by about 60 degrees. A couple of days later, and the wind was blowing. It was actually lined up perfectly with a 6-meter antenna, except it was 180 degrees out of phase. And then a few days later, it was 90 degrees out. The coax is not twisting up on it, but all I'll have on the air, if I do, will be 6 to 222 and 432. That's it for the bands for me right now.
Okay, well, if I get up here, I've got all the VHF, UHF stack going, no 220, but got everything else going there, so maybe I'll get on and play a little bit, so very good. Well, I'm going to pick up a couple more people, hang out, and keep checking the video feed there, and we'll see if we can have some fun here. And for the 36th consecutive New Year's Day open house, although this one is going to be in the log as virtual. But good to hear you, my friend. Take care. WQ0P, N0OY.
All right, Pete, please check me in. Put me in the logbook for today's event. And like always, it's always fun to hear the guys and chat, see if
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, I guess we could start a manufacturer's war here, but no, the ICOM has a mask. It's called an MASK compensator, and it will take care of any changes in the filtering needs for keeping the voice right. So anyway, thanks for pointing that out. I always appreciate a signal report. 73s.
Yeah, I knew it was the A, so I had to take the lip filter off also. Anyway, I'll be listening in. Pete, it's always fun. And then come the January contest before we're around. I'll look up some content feeds in order to get W202,
73s, take care. Let me go back to Greg was here, N0ZHE. I heard him earlier. Yeah, very weak there, Greg, but I do hear you in there. And see, you're down in southeast Kansas, right? Yeah, that's right. Got that. Well, anyway, I definitely got you in the log here, so I'm running a little, not a little, but running a logging program on the laptop here. But I wanted to get you in there and enjoyed reading and looking at your website and Kurt's there too. Over. Okay, very good, Greg. Yeah, well, it's good to hear you, and yeah, as we get out of this pandemic mode, get back, we'll probably really appreciate those times that we do get together, and maybe get Kurt involved and get out and do some portable work or something, meet partway or do something from a park. So anyway, take care. Thanks for checking in. N0ZHE, N0OY. Yeah, QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee. Weak station, try again, try again. Boy, I'm just not pulling it out. I can hear you in there. Try again, try again. Well, if we had CW, we could do it then. I could probably pick it out of the noise, but right now, very weak. Keep hanging around and keep staying around. Try it in a little bit here. Maybe band will shift enough to help your signal out there. Over. Yeah, sorry, nothing heard on that last transmission. QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee, New Year's Day open house. Over. Yeah, hi, Dave. KD0AZZG, N0OY. Nice signal here. How you doing? Good. And I'm glad the emails, for the most part, are working and getting that out there. I'm kind of doing my housekeeping here, and the fact that I'm on video now with some type of delay that shows up for my kind of jerkiness here on the radio. But anyway, like we said earlier, we're keeping the streak alive, although virtual, and we're going to probably start this stream here in a little bit after activity settles down here on 75 meters. But anybody else from your group over there on today?
Another gentleman out here, Doug, I believe, was on earlier. Guess he's not on 80 meters, but he's on the on your link on YouTube. So, but we'll stand down here and we'll run along for a while. And we'll say 73 to you guys over there. Glad to make a good trip over to you. A little quicker than driving. Anyhow, 73 feet, and everybody over there, take care. KD0AZG, Dave and then.
Okay, very fine, Dave. Yeah, thanks for checking in, and glad thanks to Tanner, things are moving smoothly on our video link here, and we'll see if we got a few more people checking in on the chat room there. So
K5IS was the weak one.
yeah, and Jerome and Bobette were showing up here.
They were the weak signal.
Ah, that's it. Okay, so Jerome is the weak signal I was trying to listen to earlier. Very good. Hey, Dave, we'll see you later. Thanks for checking in, and stick around. KD0AZG N0OY 73s.
Yeah, they were the weak signal you were trying. K5IS.
Yeah, is that who it was?
He said the weak signal was me from Booker, Texas.
Kilowatt 5 Indian Summer K5IS from N0OY. Hook a wire to that radio and let me see if I can hear you now. Now, nothing heard right this time. I know he said yesterday that his 80 meter antenna was down, so I don't know what he would be using today. Anyway, I see Dirk is on the chat there, and maybe, hey Dirk, you get your 80 meter stuff going. You might give us a shout over here. So, QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee. Station calling, try again. Was there an M in the call sign? Very, very weak. Over. I'm still not pulling it out of the noise right here. You're right at my threshold for decoding that. Or you might try the video feed and kind of push a little information through on that chat for there. That would help me out here. But right now, I just cannot. You're right at the noise level. Over. Okay, nothing heard. QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee, Central Kansas.
Go back to these. Yeah, 15 viewers right now, so you want to do these and then go back to that?
Yeah, okay. WQ0P, N0OY. 73s. Catch you later.
KF0M.
Okay.
That's who that weak one was.
Okay, maybe that was KF0M I was trying to listen to. Hey, see, Greg. We'll catch you later.
KF0M, 40 meter dipole, 180.
Okay, that explains that.
Nope.
There was an M in that call.
Yeah. Okay. Switch back over to this. Okay, everybody. So we've just got a couple of videos and some photos, and then Pete's going to do a kind of a live shack tour as well. So we'll go ahead and play this short video of the deuce, and then we'll be back on 80 meters after all this is done. So. Here. Okay, guys, sorry for the lag on that video, but Pete's going to do a little tour of the shack here, so I'll get out of the way and grab the camera. What do you?
Yeah, I'll just start here. Wow, it seems like it's been a long time since 1986. Stand up here. When we did the first one, and so really didn't want to break the streak. So Tanner suggested we do the live streaming. My contribution was getting on the low band, 75 meters, and playing net control for a few minutes. And so that's one of my big highlights of the day. But anyway, we've been busy at the hill this year, doing a few things. Mainly a lot of maintenance. Over the years that you followed me here, you've probably seen that we take a beating from the wind up here, and we kind of let things slide a little bit. So I took some time this summer, got a large man lift, and went to work maintaining and repairing and putting antennas back up to where we got full station capability, like I like to think we have. So we go from 160 in all the low bands, and then we hit our VHF, UHF. So that was a big part of the summer here, was using that man lift that could reach up on those towers and help get those antennas off and reattached. And since my level or my age has drastically gone up, my climbing is I kind of pick my days when I want to climb, and using the man lift was really a big labor saving device. So with that said, then we did a little bit of artwork out here too, mainly my theory of getting aliens to show up is to put some decoys out. So if you look in the pictures, you'll see my attempt at alien decoys with the tower and the large pointer that shows wind speed and temperature, and of course most everything's got to have a microprocessor in it if I have anything to say about it. And then a little bit later this summer I put together another static display, thinking that I could call it an E-probe antenna, and that's the upturned dish looking upwards, and with my theory still to be proven that the aliens will see this and come in and land because it looks like home to them. So anyway, aside from the artwork, I've been spending time since the sun is starting to wake back up, and we keep looking at that solar flux index climbing and coming out of this low sunspot cycle, that we're going to have good conditions on the low bands. So I started monitoring low frequency transmitters, looking for solar flares enhancement on those transmitters, which kind of gives me a leg up and saying, well, then we have a chance for maybe aurora, depending on the level of the storm. And so that's been kind of the focus here this year, is to think, well, maybe if we do get some solar flares and the auroras come back to where we can use that as our reflection medium for 2 meters, we'll try to stretch that record out a little bit on distance. I've got a station lined up in Maine that we will try to work when we feel conditions are good. So 2 meter aurora, that's kind of front and center, and in order to support that, we use sudden ionospheric disturbance, or SID, to detect that. And if we could get a picture of this screen over here, that's right now is showing the output of a transmitter in North Dakota on 25.200 kilohertz. So we just had a seismic event, I think. No, Tanner dropped the camera.
Come up here so the mic can pick you up.
Okay. So anyway, we're just looking at nighttime strong signal come to the day. The D layer is absorbing the signal, so the signal is now weak, and then we'll wait till we get back, and when the sun sets, the signal level will come back up. If we have a solar flare, it's going to show probably an enhancement or more of a shut-off of the signal here, depending on which way I guess you'd say populate or affects the ionosphere. Mainly right now we're having a lot of absorption in the D layer, and that's why the signal strength is low. We're using a selective level receiver here that's pretty stable. Gives me a good accurate output. We take the DC out, do a little magic with an operational amp, and then run it into a data collection device. So that hopefully will tell me real time that we just had a solar flare, rather than looking at a website that has updates on the KP index, and I can find out right away and kind of see what's going to happen on that. So at the very least, I guess you'd say we're still playing junior scientist up here with the ionosphere. In order to make 2 meter aurora possible, we use a large amplifier, an 8877, so we can do maximum power. And once again, this is on 2 meters, and we're using an 18 element Yagi at about 65 feet. The rest of the equipment here, we'll pan across the watt meters, mainly for 1296 terrestrial and 1296 moon bounce, power supplies, amplifier to make the moon bounce possible, dish positioning information, and the interface to that, so it's all under computer control. go to 2 meters, 1296, 432s in behind there. We got a couple of computers splattered around here to help with the signal processing using an SDRIQ for the low band software defined receiver, using a SDR Play Duo, I think that's what they call it, for the running up in the VHF, UHF regions to show us the signal levels in the big picture, as I guess I could say. Then we have the token low band equipment running the old 756 Pro 2. By the way, we're using an ICOM 7300 over here. Great radio SDR receiver in it as an IF for the 1296 moon bounce. And it's really helped me be able to take away not having to run an SDR receiver to look at the band. I can look at the pan adapter display on the 7300 and get the same information and seeing the band at a glance, so to speak. Yeah, there we go. Get myself back in here. Yeah. So like I said, you know, we're running the low band stuff. It's still fun to get back on the low bands every now and then. Do a little bit of CW every once in a while, just to say I can still do it. And then low band antennas we got outside. We got everything except 60 meters. What we're using. We got a space for it on the switch though, but just haven't put up the diapole for 60 meters. So that's kind of what's going on in here. Kind of the work this summer has been maintenance, and we're up here. Of course, the lab is still busy. We're still building some seismic detectors. I still rely on writing software for microprocessors to keep me off the streets and out of the bars. So anyway, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'll turn it back to Tanner. And oh, by the way, one other thing we've done this summer doesn't involve the hill, is that we've used the Army truck, the deuce and a half, affectionately called the Sinister truck, to go out and do a couple activations for Parks on the Air. And Tanner and I have enjoyed that. And actually, it's proved to be a pretty good platform to do low band work. We've been able to run pretty good rate on phone and CW with that. And for a portable operation, I've been proud of that. So we still keep the truck going. We still go out and do hammy stuff in the wild, so to speak, and still staying active. And maybe when things get straightened around, we can come and get together with you all and do this as a group sometime. So anyway, back to Tanner.
Greg's got a question here. He just asked, what is the band most used for EME, and what is the minimal station needed to get started?
Probably the most popular EME band is the one I'm not on, is 2 meters. But you're not gonna. 2 meters is going to be basically with done with software with one of the WSJT's programs. The other band, and to be on 2 meters, I'm thinking you're looking at some type of multiple long wavelength Yagi, as much power as you can muster. 200-300 watts, 400 watts will get you contacts on that band. I can't speak from experience on that. All my 2 meter moon bounce work was back in the late 80s, early 80s, where we ran 8 Yagis and 1,000 watts, and and made our ears bleed trying to hear the weak signals. So with the advent of the software controlled, I haven't any experience at all on that. Second thing would be, the second band would be 1296. People are using a TVRO dish, basically about a 3-meter, 9-foot type dish. Feed it pretty easy. It's easy to get power on that bands now, 200-300 watts, and you start making CW contacts. Very easy contacts with the software programs out there, and so that would be the second one. 1296. If you want to hear some echoes, I've got an old YouTube video that JD made a long time ago, about 10 years ago. You can go to that, just search on that, my call sign. It'll have some EME echoes on 1296. For that, of course, we're running a little bit bigger dish, a little more power, and it's been kind of my go-to band over the years. So hopefully that answers your question there. Is there anything else you want to look at?
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead and play it.
It won't play. I was just going to post it in the chat.
Well, we can, if you can, I can tell you the minute to where it'll have the echoes.
Yeah, I can't play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think there would be a way, but I don't know how to do it.
All right, we're having technical
Well,
difficulties.
all I'm going to do is just put it in the chat.
Anyway,
So,
now we're having fun here. Actually, this is a great way to kind of get together when nothing else is available this time. So, but once again, it's all due to Tanner's hard work here to make this work. About the only thing I provided is an internet connection, and we'll go from there. But he's scanning the questions here. Got anything else going on?
any 5N stuff recently? Andy just put up a tower, didn't
What's that?
he? Bruce asking any 5N stuff. I'm guessing he's talking about Andy.
Oh yeah. Oh hi Bruce. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I've been visiting with Andy. 5N9. His call escapes me right now. SJA is mine. 5N9 SJA. We've been discussing how we can use some ham radio in the student environment in Nigeria. And in fact, I just sent him an email the other day kicking around some ideas. Andy has located a tower. He's got some aluminum that he found and is trying to put an antenna together. The situation over there, of course, is not good for two reasons. One, the pandemic is really kicking them around. And two, the security situation has gotten a little dicey since the last time I was there. So I'm kind of, got to wait till those two things get kind of straightened around before we can go back over there. I've already got Tanner to sacrifice his life to go along with me, and we'll try to do some ham stuff from over there. Kind of a mini de-expedition to put that on the air. But the last time we did it, we found it was a great way to get students from the college and the engineering department to come out and get connected with the world. So maybe that kind of answers your question there.
Okay, so I've just got a few photos from Pete and I's, mine and Pete's portable operations from this year. Pretty quick, we'll just go through those. So the first one here, you should still be able to hear me, hopefully. The first one here is a trip I took, a hike I took with my brother and his girlfriend. I towed along the KX3 and a battery. I was able to work Pete from about 11,000 feet up in the Colorado mountains. He was able to pass back some traffic back to my parents, to let us know that we were all right. we set up a schedule on beforehand, and we were able to talk on make contact on CW, and then move to single sideband and talk to each other. Found out shortly after we got off that we had 3G service. So the next night when we had our schedule, I called CQ, and then I called him on the phone and kind of surprised him. So the second one here is my setup for the Kansas QSO party out at Canopolis State Park. I was in the portable category again, running two fiberglass masks underneath the truck there. One was a half wave 20 meter, and the other one was a quarter wave 40 meter. Not the most efficient antennas, but set up pretty fast. So that's the important part there. This one here is for Get Your Parks On. Pete and I did 2 worldwide flora and fauna and parks on the air activations. We did very early in the morning on a Saturday. And we got into Europe very well. Pete was able to get into Europe on CW, and I made a number of SSB contacts into Europe as well, along with a lot of U.S. hams. So between the 2 parks, 2 different weekends, we had 230 QSOs, and I don't know, what do you say, 40 different DX probably?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 to 12 different countries.
Satellite.
So we did do some satellite work. That's Pete up on the roof there, getting the satellite going. And you made 4 or 5 satellite QSOs. So that was pretty cool to see. Here's another one of Pete working on the satellite there. So, and then this one is us up at Glen Elder, up by Beloit. So we were set up just kind of out in the field there, and was pretty fun. And then the last one here is, I believe this is a video of Pete. Maybe not. Okay, come back to here. So that's kind of what we had going on for the portable operations for this year. It was pretty fun. And we've got some comments here in the chat. Bruce wants to know if he's got any virtual edible goodies.
Oh.
We didn't send out care packages. Sorry, guys.
Next year.
So, yeah, so we can go back to, got anything else to add, Pete? We can go back to 80 meters here if you guys want to. Anybody around on 80 meters? Eric wants to know, can you talk a little more about the dish? What year it was installed and how big is it? All that?
Okay. Well, let's see if I can get in front of the camera here.
It's super laggy. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, the dish has a lot of history to it. The early days in EME from the Hill were, well, I don't know. It's kind of, I guess I would call it the Flintstone era. We would build 2-meter antennas. Actually started out with some collinear antennas, and then was able to procure some Yagis, and then of course more power, and kind of fuel the desire to get up in the higher bands, get off 2 meters. And so and I say this is time when Dean was available doing that. It's his new calls K9SV, Sugar Victor, and for the old timers, WA0TKJ. Well, anyway, our goal was to maybe get to 1296. Well, we didn't have any antennas, and I had heard about a antenna that was going to be sold for scrap at the University of Iowa, And so I got a hold of them and made arrangements to purchase the antenna and the gun mount that controlled it, held it onto. The history behind that antenna is, one is 28 foot, boltable section, mesh screen. Usable frequency is probably getting up around 6 gig, maybe 7 gig. You could use it up at that frequency. I have tried to use it on 10 gig, thinking I could give up a lot of gain with the poor surface mesh, but that did not work out very well. So we built different feeds for it on 1296, and that's where we started. But back to the dish itself. It was used at the University of Iowa with Professor Van Allen. Dr. Van Allen was the principal investigator, and they did a lot of early rocket soundings. And of course, he's the one that discovered the radiation belt around the Earth, the Van Allen belt. And so that antenna was used as tracking satellites, the early satellites, to investigate what was going on in the low Earth orbit. And they used that antenna primarily around 150 megahertz, and they would, get this, they would use a 5,000 watt transmitter to interrogate a satellite. And obviously that would wake up any deaf receiver that they might have on board to spit out the data. So anyway, basically worked on that, and a few semi-loads later, we get it back to the hill, reassemble it, and over the years, it's kind of been the stalwart of the activities up here. We have added, computer control, so now it's fully automatic. We can almost, I don't do it, but I can almost turn it on and tell it to track an object and then leave for the day and come back. So it's been a good tool, and then we used it with the students. We had a group from Kansas Wesleyan's physics department. Tanner was a member of that group. In fact, it was his idea to contact N0OY and a number of years ago. So, and I remember, I think it was you, Eric, that got in on that too, that you were able to make contact, an SSB contact with Joe Taylor and group down there in N0OY, which was a fun exercise.
No longer, Arecibo's gone.
Yeah, and no longer the Arecibo's, there. So, but that was a fun exercise where we actually took the 1296 feed out and then built a 432 feed, stuck it in there, mustered up 100 watts or so down here in the shack, but with the gain difference N0OY was providing, no problems to make a sideband contact. So that's been one example of how we used it in a kind of an educational setting, I guess. Primarily now I use that dish. Every now and then I will use it for boom bounce, but not very often. I primarily use it for radio astronomy. There are some sources that I monitor looking for any changes or anything. It's kind of like you're turning over rocks and hoping to find something interesting. Well, that's kind of the way I do it when I look at a star source or a supernova remnant that is pushing out a lot of power. And I like to think of it as the ultimate DX. So when I point the dish at Cassiopeia A, for example, which is a remnants of a supernova, it's basically in our backyard at 11,000 light years away. So that photon of energy has been traveling for 11,000 years to hit my dish, to come down, to wiggle the meter, to change the pixel content on the screens, and tell me how things are going, basically. But if you wanted to get into the science of it, you could say, well, that photon doesn't really thinking it's been 11,000 years because it's traveling at the relativistic speeds of the speed of light. So anyway, end of end of my science lesson today. So that's how I've been using the dish recently.
Greg wants to know, WQ0P wants to know, what's your most memorable 1296 contact?
Well, the most memorable was that I was randomly tuning across the band one night, and I heard two stations talking on sideband. This is on 1296 EME. I heard two stations in QSO on sideband. So I was listening to them talk, and then a third guy broke in, and so they had a three-way going on sideband off the moon. And I thought, you know, I bet I can join this conversation. So I broke in, they acknowledged me, and we had a four-way conversation off the moon on voice, passing around like a round table. So that, no scientific value, it just happened to be four people on that could get on and have voice comms off the moon.
So we have 80TZ and KE0IQV joined. KS0FD, Mike.
Okay.
You got a new call, so I think that's people have joined. We got 23 people watching. So
Wow.
You want to play the video of all the past photos and then come back to the stream?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play a short video just showing some old photos that Ruby's taken over the past 5 years?
Yeah,
6
these
years?
are just the last 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years. So it's about 4 or 5 minutes long. So we'll play that and then we'll come back to the net there. So we'll be on 3.940.5. Okay, guys, so we're back on 3.940.5. Let Pete call CQ there and see who you can hear.
QRZ for November 0 Oscar Yankee N0OY.
N0OY.
Ah, there's a blast from the past. N0YET N0OY. How you doing?
Hanging in there. Enjoying the flow.
I just wanted to remind you, I got on 160 meters this year on purpose and with kind of a mission. I was wanted to let you know that maybe sometime we could chat there and just play around.
All right, great. Yeah, I've got it all tuned up this year, so that's good.
Okay, good. Well, what I did was Lee Buller had suggested, he said, why don't you just tap that one grounded tower I have out there? And so I did, and never could find a good match on that 130-some foot tower. And then I read an article somebody had posted about, feeding a tower by tapping it. And became apparent to me that I was way too high on the tower looking for the 50 ohm point. Ended up finding the 50 ohm point around 10 feet above the ground since the tower was so tall and big. And then added a kind of an omega match with a couple vacuum capacitors. And that one time you were out here, we buried all those radios, so they were still intact. And fed that through that Omega match and been quite pleased with it. I got on for the DX contest and was able to work some good contacts. Sometimes I'd run barefoot to see if they could hear me, if the pileups weren't too bad, and then otherwise I'd run turn on the amp for that. So anyway, long story, but finally got that problem solved on trying to make that tower play on 160.
Well, I bet you'd have a boom signal over here. Yeah, that's. I remember Bill burying those radios. That was kind of fun. But yeah, this is still going here. I did the contest last year, or going to do it again this year. Had a few CW contacts on 160, and some of those guys down on the up some of them around 1970 and some of them down around 1890 something. Both of them, so seemed to be a hangout point down there, but definitely fun.
Yeah, good. So anything else exciting going on in your life?
No, just got a new laser engraver here I've been playing with, so trying to make things work. So I don't know, just I'm gonna figure out a way to make some money out or something. I don't know. I bought it and I'm playing with it and see what we can do. So if you need something engraved, it has to be really small though.
Well, I suppose they could do tattoos, couldn't it?
Sure. When you want to come give that a try?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought there. Well, very good. Well, it's good to hear you. And sorry we can't get together, but this has been fun today. I hear the spouse in the background there.
Hi, Pete. K0WZ.
Ah, I knew somebody was back there, probably coaching him a little bit there. But yeah, I think we'll really appreciate being able to get out and get together in the coming year when things get back to some semblance of normalcy, and kind of looking forward to it. So we definitely need to stay in touch.
Yeah, I've been missing all the play things, play toys. So amazingly, all my hand stuff still works, even though it's got a lot of dust on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking over the shoulder here.
What was
Yeah.
her call?
Yeah. I need your wife's call sign there. I mean, not your wife, Kathleen's call sign.
Oh, Catherine, KD0OWZ, Oscar Whiskey Zebra.
That's kilowatt delta 0, right?
Roger, roger.
Okay. Yeah, we got it in the log here, so I can slowly pick up. Yeah, I got it in the log here. Slowly pick this up and move it over here and see if it will pick up this other view. I'm holding the camera and talking, and got my foot pressed down on the.
You can turn it back and it'll eventually show it.
Okay. Okay, now I got it back there. So got the station engineer here busy keeping everything going. So anyway, good to hear you guys on.
Yeah, I was worried I wouldn't be able to make it out 12 miles. So anyway, good hearing you. And thanks for the tour there, and everything looks good.
Okay, catch you later, Eric and Catherine. Take care, and look forward to seeing you guys this year. 73s, N0YET, and KD0OWZ, N0Y.
N0Y.
QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee, New Year's Day open house at the Hill. Yeah, hello, Greg. Back again. Good signal now. N0ZHE, N0Y.
Okay, cheers out, Pete. Well, I just wanted to jump in and thank you for the presentation. I really enjoyed it. And hopefully one day we can get out there and meet you in person. Also, tell Peter, thank you for doing the stream. And thanks again, Pete. N0ZHE.
Yeah, we'd like to get together too. You've done some interesting things. I've been keeping track of you and through Kurt there, and yeah, we need to get together and share some ideas and see how we can do something and we can all play together. So yeah, thanks for coming up and thanks for checking in. I'm glad it worked out. N0ZHE, N0OY.
Okay, 73 and Happy New Year. N0ZHE.
73s. QRZ, November 0, Oscar Yankee, N0Y. Okay, the N0, yeah, Bill, stand by. Let me pick up the N0 station. N0 GMS. Okay, okay, I gotta get the log going here. I gotta keep up with that. And oh, you're in Lincoln, is what it said. Junior, is that right? N0 GMS, N0 GMS, N0OY. Copy. Zebra. Okay. All right. I'll get that right. Yeah. The I'm using the logging program. If I push it in here and I've got a Wi-Fi connection, it'll look it up pretty quick and helps me put things together. But you're in Minnesota?
Get this call right.
Yeah, I got to get the call right. November 0, Zanzibar, Mike, Sugar. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's yeah, that makes a big difference there. So, okay, so you're Dennis, and I got that right. Okay, very good. What are you using for an antenna?
I've got a 53 foot floated wire.
Just kind of an end-fed wire.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, very good. Well, it gets on. It works there. It just my ears weren't very good for picking out your call sign there. But I'm glad that you could check in here today and see what we were up to. Over.
Yes, sir. It's been a hobby of mine for quite a few years. I'm just constantly done over the last year, and I've been working a lot of SBA for medical issues and not constantly.
Okay, very good. Well, maybe this year things will turn around and allow for outdoor work and doing some antennas and stuff like that. So, well, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, Dennis, I'll say 73s. Good luck. I'm glad you checked in. Although your signal's a little weak, I can understand with an end-fed wire there that it's probably a little bit on the short side, but it's working, and that's the main thing. Just put it on and give it a try, and obviously had some success with it. So take care. N0ZMF, Zebra Mike Frank from N0OY. 73s, Dennis. Roger, Roger. Bill, how you been? W0ARM, N0Y.
N0OY, this is W0ARM. Good to hear you, Pete. Happy New Year. And glad you're doing at least a virtual get-together here today. Doing great down here. And how about yourself, over?
Yeah, no complaints. You still playing what could I say, traffic cop to the internet, protecting the network. Over.
Yeah, we're still on the hunt. I saw an article this morning that said this last go around that they got into Microsoft source code. That's going to create a lot of hate and discontent, I think, as this thing continues to unfold. Over.
You say they got into Microsoft source code?
That is correct. Over.
Oh wow, yeah, that is kind of a big deal there. You think we've always thought that the family jewels were sacred and safe.
Right. They're claiming that they didn't get into any updatable code. But my experience is, man, every time a big company claims that they didn't get very far, that's usually their first statement, and then they have to continue to backslide. Over.
Yeah, that's probably true. We're being spoon-fed what they want us to know on that. Well, interesting. Yeah, when I read that about the scope of it, in fact, the longevity of it is how long they were able to keep it going. I visited a little bit with our people and said, yeah, we're a little company here, but do you see anything? Are you noticing anything? Or you aware of anything? I guess it's just because I'm paranoid.
Yeah, the message here is there is no such thing as the cloud. It's just someone else's computer. And when you buy software from someone and you allow them to update your systems with their software, that's an attack vector. That's the big, I think the big learning coming away from this. So
Oh yeah, that's when you look at it, or at least when I look at it in hindsight on how they pulled that off, the old way of throwing out some thumb drives in the parking lot and hoping somebody will pick one up and plug them into your network are probably pretty old fashioned.
yeah, that's kind of old hat, but you know what? Stuff like that still works. And so
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I'm always leery of plugging a foreign, you know, thumb drive into something there. But anyway, um, but trying to think anything else going on down there. You and Greg still doing what were you before? Some high-powered shooting?
With a 300 blackout barrel on an AR upper. It seems to suit, but I'm having some feed problems with it. I was out to dredge a couple times here this fall to do some development on that, and that's kind of what my story has been recently is 300 blackout of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you kind of got like a loose connection on the start of that transmission, but then it went solid after that. I kind of noticed it on the last two transmissions. Little, wouldn't call it scratchy. I'd call it in and out really at a high rate and choppy. I guess that would be the word for it. But finishing up there, no problems, Bill. But well, good. I'm glad you checked in, and you know, I've always been saying tip of the hat to Tanner here for doing the video streaming thing. Something really new to me, and it worked out quite well. So right now we've got 20-some people who've checked in, and I don't know, we got about looks like 9 here on the log on 75 meters over.
Understand. I'm going to a different microphone switch. I was on a foot switch earlier. Maybe I got a loose connection there, but I'm on the button on the mic right now. Yeah, I'm monitoring you on the web, and this is kind of cool. So otherwise, I'll just ride along with y'all today. Sitting here resizing some 38 special brass. Over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's probably not much going on outside, so you guys, I think you got some weather. I know the guy earlier in Eureka got ice over there, but anyway, yeah, good to hear you, Bill, and glad we got to get together here on 75. Miss our in-person chats too, so hang in there. Catch you later, and maybe a little bit later today. W80ARM N0OY.
Sounds good, Pete. We'll catch you later, and hope we can all meet next year. N0OY, this is W80.
73s.
KB0YYO.
KB0YYO. Yeah, good. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's a good afternoon, I guess. No, it's not quite afternoon yet. But welcome to the New Year's Day open house, I guess.
Well, I got an email that had your link on it, and I thought, well, this is almost as good as being in person, because it's been a couple of years since I was able to head out there to your farm, so to speak. And it's good to hear you, Pete.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, it's YYO is the call sign, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kilo Bravo Zero Yankee Oscar. First name is Gordon.
Yeah, okay, you're over at Riley. Okay, very good. Yeah, good signal.
Well, I appreciate it. FT 950 barefoot, and I'm on a dipole.
Okay, how high is the dipole?
At about 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, it's doing well. Very good job there. Some people, you know, depending on what they're trying to use for an antenna, and it's basically on this band what the antenna is. Everybody can at least muster 100 watts of power. So anyway, doing good. And you said you were over here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. I hate to think it was any longer ago than that, but it might have been. Several times for 2 or 3 years I was out there, got to meet a lot of nice people.
Okay. Well, what I did was I took the sign-in sheets and went back a few years and grabbed the call signs, and then went to QRZ and looked them up to get the email addresses. So that's how I populated that to kind of get the word out, hoping that it would get spread after a few people get that. And we at one time were saying that this was a bust. We weren't going to be able to do it. Tanner, KD0IRW, suggested we do some video streaming, and he's the one that put that all together. I'm just the I'm just the low band operator here, and so far it's working out great. Really enjoying it.
Well, from what I can gather, you are enjoying it. The way things have been put together, I applaud this talent that several of these people have. They can do this for us when we can't get together. And to them, thank you.
Well, that's a good point, Walter. That really is, because it would have never really entered my collective thinking to say, okay, well, let's let's do video streaming. The only contact I've had with that is every now and then you see something on the net, or recently has been a Zoom meeting, something like that. So, yeah, I agree 100%.
Well, I'll tell you what, on this video that I opened up this morning, you got that little spaceship down there that, well, I've never seen that in person before, so that must be fairly new in the last 3 or 4 years. And does it actually go anywhere? You just have to tow it down the road.
Yeah, the flying saucer car. Yeah, it's several years old. I built that on I used the guts out of a electric golf cart, and it was kind of a whim idea to take and slam a couple dishes together and see what it looked like, and make it fit. But yeah, you can kind of hustle down the road at golf cart speeds. Over.
No problem. It put a smile on my face when I went through that video and saw that. Kind of made my day.
Yeah, especially with Eric and Mark Boyle in there, the twins there, look like two spacemen.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was always impressed when I came out there to your house, and I met a lot of good people. And what was really nice is if I met them over in Kansas City at the Shriners, or when Salina was having the field day, or not the field day, but the Ham Fest, it was always nice to see them, not just at your house, but you make friends, and it's nice to see them and just be able to shake a hand.
Yeah, I think everybody's missing that aspect of it. The eyeball QSO, getting together for that, and yeah, you're right. You kind of make a connection at one place, see them someplace else, and it just kind of reinforces that connection there. So, yeah, and it's kind of fun to get here on 75 meters and kind of exercise the equipment here this morning, and uh, talk to you and the others that decided to get on.
This frequency we're on now, is that a net frequency for you guys?
No, I just listened the last day or so, and kind of found out that at this frequency there wasn't too much activity as far as the nets. They seem to be kind of more down, a little bit lower at 3920-ish in that area there, and most of the activity's been in the morning. So it was just something I kind of looked at, and this is first ever. Over.
Well, it's working well. In the last few days, I have been rearranging my shack, and what I envisioned is not how it turned out. I can do some other changes now.
Yeah, I kind of like to set it up. This shack here has been a work in progress over the years. It gets it morphs into several different arrangements, and depending on what the interest at the time. So I've kind of divided it up. One half the radios, and then the other half more of a lab type environment where I can sit and work at a bench. So it's over the years, it's kind of what's worked for me. But um, out here, I'm what's considered somebody that likes to build and do, and not really big on operating, but I do enjoy it. But then I get with somebody like Tanner, and he's just really a great operator, And so I can kind of build some things and let him be the guinea pig and try him out, and kind of a win-win situation there, Walter.
Most operating you've done all year.
Yeah, yeah. This is versus going out in the field and doing a Parks on the Air or something, or the Flora and Fauna. Yeah, this is the most rag chewing I've done in a long time. KB0YYO N0Y.
That was a New Year's joke. All year.
Huh?
That was a New Year's joke.
Oh,
All year.
okay.
It's a great hobby, and I'm glad I'm in it, but it doesn't take all my time. What I enjoy about it is that it's not like fishing. You don't want to have to break the ice to go fishing, and we can do this basically in your t-shirt. You can do it. It's 120 degrees outside, below zero, high wind, whatever. The hobby is very versatile. And what I enjoy about it is you do it when you feel like it. You don't have to take a trip to go enjoy it. And you meet friends, you make friends, and you learn a lot.
Yeah, your last point there is very important. For a person to be a lifelong learner is going to serve them well, and ham radio gives you that opportunity. There's so many things to pick from. Obviously, I've sampled a few of the modes and avenues that ham radio's presented, and exactly met a lot of people throughout the years that have really helped in my career and in friendships, both work professionally and as I say, just getting to know people. And you're right. There's a lot of smart cookies out there.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't see somebody when you walk down the street say, "Oh, that's a ham." But one thing I do is I look for antennas. I go down a country road and I want to check, because I've seen your layout and it's a lot. You got more up than you did the last time I was out there. I've got time on my hands now. I retired in 2017, but I had both knees replaced, and then I had AAA surgery, things like that. And it was just, now I can get out. I don't have to be up at a certain time, and I don't have just weekends, to do things. And it's nice to get out. It really is. And unfortunately, this corona or COVID or whatever name they want to give it, we can communicate. We get on the radio and we can communicate instead of maybe, Mickey D's or something. We can still have that relationship, and I like that. KB0YYO.
Yep, all good points there, Walt. Now, very good. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to having more free time. I quit saying how many years I have or how many years old I am. I started saying I'm at this level. And so I'm at a level now to where I probably should be thinking about quit going into work, and but enjoy my job. It's part of my social life, and so I keep doing it. But if I would find something out here that really sink my teeth in, yeah, that will help me make the decision to exit the workforce. Over.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, the name is Gordon. Golf Oscar Romeo Delta Oscar November. But that's okay. I won't hold it against you. No, I tell you, I refuse to get old. I just refuse to get old. So for many, many years, I've had unbirthdays. And by having my unbirthdays, on my last birthday, I was 46 years old with 81 years life experience. And I like that.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm sorry I got the name wrong here. I just used what popped up on my screen here, so my apologies, Gordon. So I got that right. But anyway, so you said you had both knees replaced. What wore them out?
Well, I've always enjoyed running, but I wasn't a marathon runner or anything like that. Since I was a child, I ran. And luckily, it was just my knees, not my hips, that went out. But aren't working, and let's just replace them. So they replaced my left knee first. And then about, I don't know, several months later, I go in for the right knee. And I'm walking without any aid, which is a blessing. And I just can't run because they glued the knees together now. They didn't put a pin in. And, okay, works for me. I just have to be careful. I don't like it, but I have to be ladder shy. If you fall down and you land wrong, that's going to be a bad move.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Didn't know that's what's going on there. Hopefully, I can dodge that scalpel for a while here. Well, it's been great talking to you. I'm glad you checked in. I'm going to get back, talk to Tanner a little bit, see what's new on the chat thing here, and look at the video. And but been definitely my pleasure here this morning, Gordon. Take care. I hope to see you again, and we can get continue to stay caught up on what we're doing, so I can put a face with the call sign next time. KB0YYO N0OY.
All right. Well, Pete, you take care of yourself. N0OY, KB0YYO. Thank you again. See ya.
My pleasure, Gordon. 73s. Take care.
Play the truck video? Yeah. I think Pete asked to play the truck video again, so we're going to go ahead and play that again.
West of Salina there, but yeah, no worries. Good signal, nice audio.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for the report. I'm wondering how much snow you guys got up here down in Wichita. Looks like about 2.5 here so far.
Yeah, we got the XYL's families down there, and they talked a little bit about snow. We got zero, nothing, no moisture of any type.
Looking at the radar car here, you guys got brushed just a little bit, but doesn't look like you got hardly any at all.
Yeah, right. Where are you from originally with the 4 call sign?
I'm from North Carolina, Region 4, and my initials are Juliet, that guy. So that's how I wound up with that call sign.
Oh, okay. All right. What got you to Wichita?
Airplanes and a job.
Yeah, I kind of knew the answer to that, I guess. So, yeah, very good.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I was trying to put the name with the call sign there. So anyway, we're having this open house here, and sometimes I lose track of who knows about it and who doesn't. So anyway, I got it punched in the log here.
Okay, well, good to talk to you there. I'm going to head on down the hallway for a little bit, and we'll catch you again a little bit. 7-3, November 0 Oscar Yankee, November Charlie 4 Juliet, okay.
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, thanks for the shout. NC4JE N0OY 73.
I'd turn down the bit rate.
Okay. Okay, Jeff. Yeah, thanks for the shout. NC4JE N0OY 73. What's the question?
No, I just. Okay, we're back. Okay, I don't know what the deal with that is there on the stream. Whenever we play the video, it's super laggy. So I'll put the link to the video. Pete also talks about it a little bit in this video. So. QRZ, anybody else on frequency? November 0, Oscar Yankee. Hello CQ, hello CQ, 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 CQ. Hello CQ, hello CQ, 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 CQ. November 0, Oscar Yankee. N0OY, calling CQ 75 meters and standing by. Hello CQ, hello CQ, 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 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Sorry, CQ 75 meters, CQ 75 meters from November 0, Oscar Yankee N0OY, calling CQ and standing by. Good idea, Eric. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits, or 2 hours in. There you go. Hello CQ, hello CQ, CQ 80 meters, CQ 80 meters from November 0, Oscar Yankee N0OY, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Hello CQ, hello CQ, 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 CQ 75 meters from November 0, Oscar Yankee N0OY, calling CQ and standing by. Hello CQ, hello CQ, 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 CQ 75 meters, CQ 75 meters from November 0, Oscar Yankee N0OY, calling CQ and standing by. That should all stay on there too. Like you can go back and be able to see all that. Go ahead and stop the stream.
Hmm?
Go ahead and stop the stream.
Yeah.
It'll upload it. It'll upload it all to YouTube. So.